Hey guys, welcome back to the third episode of the Carry My Heart podcast. I'm Carrie. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram at Carrie E. Kogan, and you can also find my blog at the address carriekogan.blogspot.com. And you can find all of that information in the show notes, which I will put down below. So I'm just going to dive right in today, starting with my works in progress. I'm only going to show you one thing because it is the only thing I've worked on this week. I won't show you the basket rib hand towel or the Tiffany triangle shawl because I literally have not touched them all week, which is a little disappointing, but it was quite a busy week. I actually had exams this past week, and as I'll talk about later, my fiance David's sister Katie came into town to visit us in Chicago this weekend, so we had a lot of fun with her. But the project that I have been working on that I will show you, which I'm keeping just in my Knit Picks bag, which I'm actually not a huge fan of this bag. It gets the job done, but it's a drawstring, but it doesn't cinch very well, and just the edges are really raw and fraying, and there's bits of string all over it. But it gets the job done, so because I don't actually have a lot of project bags. So anyways, this is a big tangled mess, but so this is the Antarctis shawl, it's so beautiful, and I almost always say it wrong. I always want to say Antarctic. I'm sure I'm not the only person who is so inclined to say that, but the Antarctis shawl, which I am knitting in yarn from Hearthside Fibers and the colorway Poison Dart Frog. Now, I don't think that they reuse their colorways very often, so I don't think this colorway is available anymore, but they do use a lot of the same blues in their yarns, so I think you could definitely pick up something similar. But I am loving the way this shawl is knitting up. It's so easy and beautiful, and the yarn is incredibly soft, and I love just the way the colors are playing together. It's just a lot of blues and purples in here, and it really gives it sort of like an indigo, maybe kind of like a denim color. So it's just so pretty. The garter stitch is a breeze, and it's just great. So that is my only work in progress, unfortunately, that I will be showing you at least, because it's the only one I've worked on. But I will mention what I'm wearing, because the Antarctis shawl is actually really similar to this in the sense that it's just garter stitch and then this sort of like lattice lace border and then a picot edging. So this is a triangle shawl. It's the Musso shawl, I do believe. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's super, super pretty. The yarn is Knit Picks. Oh, shoot. Knit Picks something. I'll let you know. I'll put it on the screen or something. But I do know the colorway. It's their Goddess Kettle dye. So really love this yarn. It's super soft, even though it is a wool, so it's really nice to wear. So what I am going to be talking about this week is some acquisitions. So as I mentioned, David's sister Katie came into town, and one of the things that we did was we went up to Evanston, Illinois, and we went to Vogue Fabrics, which was really, really fun. And so that store, if you've never been, it is huge. I've never seen so much fabric in one place. It was huge. There was 4 or 5 different like warehouse-sized rooms, and then just rows and rows and rows of fabric. Now, not being much of a sewer, I didn't pick up much. The only fabric I picked up was this really pretty, it's a quilting cotton And so, but it's still really, really soft and really beautiful. I love the pattern. And it's 2 yards, so it was just sort of like some extras that they had. So I got this at a discounted price. It was sort of the leftovers of some fabric that they had. So it's 2 yards. I am pretty sure I already know what I want to make with it, but I'll keep that a surprise for now. So beautiful fabric. It's so me. It's really pretty. So the other thing that I picked up at Vogue Fabrics is not fabric at all. I was actually just looking around, taking it all in, and Katie goes, "So did you see the roving?" And I was like, "What? There was roving?" So David and I went and looked at the roving together, and he is definitely an enabler. A lot of people say that watching other people's podcasts is enabling for them, and I definitely agree with that, in the sense that a lot of different podcasts have talked about yarns and fabrics that I really want to work with, and I have not acted on any of those impulses yet, but David was my enabler this past weekend at Vogue Fabrics, and so I picked up 8 ounces of roving in 7 different colors. So I'll just show them all to you. So the first is this beautiful lilac color. It is, it's so pretty, and you guys, this yarn or this fiber is so incredibly soft. It's so soft. I can't get over how soft it is. It's all of the roving that I bought is, I guess it's not really roving. It's all top. It's merino top. I still call it roving. I don't know if that's incredibly accurate. But anyways, merino top is so lusciously soft. It's so yummy. Okay, so that's the lilac. This one, I actually can't remember exactly what the color was. I believe it was lemon. I'm unsure because looking at the package, the label on it, I'm pretty sure is wrong because it says it was like a blended colorway, but it is definitely not. It's a solid, I believe it was lemon. So it's just this beautiful, rich, golden yellow color. Also incredibly soft and very squishy. I gotta do the face squish. So next is this beautiful fuchsia color, showing up much pinker on camera, but it's more of like a dusty rose color. It's still quite bright, but it's not as bright as it's showing up on the camera. And then maroon. Clearly, I love the reds and these warmer colors, but and then I have the last 4 are multicolored ones. This is English Garden. It's this beautiful like teal blue with green and bits of gold in it, and I even see like a little bit of some purple. It is really beautiful. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it at all. It's probably the least successful part of my podcast is getting my camera to focus. And then I have Amethyst, which is also so gorgeous. Oh. And then this one was so beautiful, I bought 2. So the last 2, this is beautiful cranberry color. Come on, you can focus. I think it focused a little bit. And it just has these reds and blues and silvers, and I can't wait to work these up. Oh my gosh. So I'm in love with them. So obviously they're each only an ounce, which really isn't enough to get a sizable quantity of yarn, but I'm not sure about the multis yet, but I know for sure with the solids, I'm actually going to spin them together. Oops. I'm going to spin them together, and I think it's going to be really beautiful. I didn't plan it this way, but the colors I got all sort of inadvertently go together. So, I mean, I guess one way I could do it is I could use a blending board and I could make rollags. But I think I'm honestly just going to spin them one at a time, and then when I apply them together, it'll do a barber pulling effect, but I kind of want that actually. So, I think it's going to work out, and it's going to be awesome. So, this is all the fiber I got. Love it. I love it all so much. So, after we left Vogue Fabrics, cannot speak today, we went to a tea store in Chicago, not Evanston. And this tea store is called Coffee Tree and Tea Leaves Company. And so I picked up 2 different teas. I picked up their mint tea. I love peppermint and spearmint tea. It's so yummy. It's what I drink, after dinner when I feel like I've eaten way too much, which is usually every night. And I also picked up a Russian black tea, which is really good. I never had a Russian black tea before, but it is actually what I'm drinking right now. And it is really yummy in my seasonably inappropriate mug. But I love Snoopy. I love peanuts. So it works. It works for me. And like I said, it's really good. It's a little different than black teas that I usually gravitate towards, and so I really like it. Sort of shake things up a little bit. So that is what I got there from Coffee Tree and Tea Leaves. And then, so one more thing to show you. This all happened on Friday, and then Saturday, Katie taught me how to sew, which was really, really fun. I've never before this in my life turned on my sewing machine. I was way too daunted by it all. And she's an amazing sewist. She just whips things up, no problem, doesn't use patterns. And so she's amazing at it. And so it was quite the honor to learn from her, because she definitely knows what she's doing. So she taught me how to thread the machine and what all the different parts were, and I learned some sewing jargon. And then, using some of the fat quarters that David bought me a few weeks ago, she helped me to make my first project. So we just used some fabric in the beginning to just sort of teach me how to just move it along and make some basic stitches. And then we made a headband. Or I guess I made a headband, but with her help for sure. So yeah, just like a basic headband with an elastic band in the back. And it fits. It looks great in my opinion. I'm so proud of my first sewing project. I'm elated with how it turned out, and I wore it all day yesterday, and I love it. I mean, the fabric's definitely not me. We used my least favorite fat quarter in my very small fabric stash. But, I mean, because I didn't want to ruin any of the more beautiful fabric. I guess we could have just ripped it out if it didn't quite work out or look the way I wanted it to. But now I am not quite so daunted by the sewing process, because I mean, clearly, if I'd never even turned the sewing machine on in the past, clearly I was a little daunted by the whole process. And just having her show me how to work everything and just showing me the basics and giving me the confidence that it's not that hard, you can do it, it's gonna be okay. You know, any mess ups, that's what the seam ripper is for. So I'm so excited. I sewed something for the very first time, which is a little surreal, honestly. So super proud. I will be continuing to wear this for sure. And now I'm really excited to use the 2 yards that I bought to make something, because I feel more confident in my sewing abilities. So definitely have a lot of learning to do. That is an understatement, but I know now that I gotta try, and it's gonna be okay. So yeah, I made a headband, which was really fun. So, and that is all I have to show off today. Not a lot, like I said, not a lot of knitting, that's for sure. A lot of fiber, but definitely definitely one I wanted to show off the most. So hopefully in my next episode, I will have some of this spun up, and that'll be really exciting, especially for the multicolor ones, to see how they spin up, because that'll definitely be a new experience, because I've only spun with a single color before, white for that matter. So not very exciting, but now I have all these beautiful colors to work with, and I'm really excited. So I wanted to do a couple shout outs this week. I want to say thank you to everybody that's watching. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. That really means a lot to me. And I also want to give shout outs to Jenny of Tiny Paper Foxes and Devin of Franco Fee Knits, because you guys are awesome, and you both mentioned me on your podcast this past week, which is really, really thoughtful. I really can't thank y'all enough. It really means a lot to me, because obviously this is a much newer podcast. I'm just getting started, not a whole lot of viewers yet, and I would love to reach a larger audience, because I love this community of knitters, and I want to show off what I have, and talk about all the other great podcasts that I love and watch. So you all are so amazing. Thank you for watching, and for just continuing to make me so happy. So so this coming week I am on spring break, and then next weekend is Easter, so I will not be recording an episode next weekend. So it's going to be 2 weeks until my next episode. Hopefully I will have some finished objects to show you. I definitely want to finish the Antarctis shawl for sure. If I don't finish that hand towel, I'm going to be disappointed in myself, because I have maybe 2 or 3 inches left in it. Not a lot at all. I honestly could have finished it today, but I didn't want to show you an unblocked object. Not that I really know why I would be blocking a hand towel, but because it's just gonna get used and washed a lot. So I don't know why I would block it, but I always like to see it in its best shape and purest form. So before it gets all used up. So but yeah, so hopefully some more finished objects in 2 weeks. And also leave me a comment below. I am debating starting a Ravelry group for this podcast. So let me know what you think, if I should do it, if you would join. Just, have a place to put my show notes, maybe have any sort of giveaways or anything, and just, a place to have everyone come and chat and ask me any questions that you have. So let me know what you think. And yeah, I think that's all for this week. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.